What is good, YouTube? Warstew here with a video on Star Wars. So, it's been a very interesting week if you are a Star Wars fan. So much controversy has happened this week. Even though Star Wars Episode 9 isn't coming out till Christmas, well, the week before Christmas, everything seeming to go wrong for Disney Corporation. So, this week they had their final trailer. That was pretty good. I was quite impressed with a lot of scenes. I cannot wait to see Rey fighting. But let's get into this video. So, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and smash the like button. It helps the video get shared around the platform. So, let's get into it. So, careful for spoilers, massive spoilers, major spoilers. So, Disney have literally confirmed what happens in their own movie. Now, I don't understand how this happens. It's happened with Justice League, it's happened with Avengers Endgame, happened with Infinity War. Every major movie gets leaked. But we're in October, it doesn't come out to December. This is a crazy leak this far out. So, last warning, guys. Major freaking spoilers. So, Disney has done something which they shouldn't have done. Because this literally, concretely confirms what happens. So, in the latest trailer, the final trailer, but they will be dropping promo shots before the movie comes out, so it's not really the final trailer. So in this trailer, I don't know why they would reveal this. Disney did the same thing with EndGame. They literally showed you the final battle in the trailer, and everyone thought it was fake footage. You could also think this is fake footage, but it isn't. So Palpatine, the guy who we thought was dead, is sitting on the gigantic, the catastrophic, the humongous Sith throne, shooting lightning out of his hand, standing across from the room with a blue lightsaber in their hands is Rey. Now, this is crazy. Crazy that they've revealed this. Okay, so somehow, I'm not going to show the images in this video. So, essentially what happened is a YouTuber, he's pretty decent, called World of Geekdom. He did a video on some rumors that weren't confirmed or verified a couple of days ago, and Disney blocked his video, which means that video cannot be seen worldwide. But what is interesting about this leak, guys, is it's not like the Endgame leak, you know, where we got potato quality stuff. This is actually at least 720p quality. So the images are hard to find. I'm not going to display them in this video because they're not relevant. But it concretely confirms that Rey and Ben Solo get ready to face down with Palpatine himself and bring an end to the dark side forever. Which is interesting because they've literally confirmed the biggest plot point of the movie. You got to understand, guys, this movie is going to end the whole Star Wars Skywalker legacy. And for some reason, it is being leaked on the internet. But that isn't even the most ridiculous part, guys. They claim they've got even more images. So it's interesting. So has more of this movie leaked than what we originally thought? It's interesting, and it is kind of building the hype around the movie. Obviously, the movie comes out in England on the 18th of December or 19th, and it comes out globally on the 20th. So I honestly think this is a huge mistake by Disney because they could have just left it up and then people wouldn't question it. But the fact they've copyright claimed and blocked the video worldwide tells every single pop culture commentary-based creator, fan of the Star Wars franchise that Rey is going to go one-on-one with Palpatine at the end of this movie. Of course, no, this does not confirm and verify every single leak is real. But when you have really good images, it is literally solidifying that the plot leaks are true. Now, yes, there are reshoots happening or been happening or currently happening, but realistically, I don't think these plot leaks are going to be changing too much. Now, what I kind of don't understand is, why don't they just remove the plot leaks from Reddit? I don't really think it would be that easy because it's not a plot leak, it's someone's interpretation of a plot leak. But why don't they just remove these plot leaks from Reddit? Now, what is interesting is people always say, yo, Warstew, your plot leaks are fake. Well, this time, guys, this plot leak is real. So let's dive into the plot leak a bit more. We know the ending. So essentially, there was a theory going around saying Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter, and the family reunion including Vader, and obviously Kylo Ren, and much, of course, so much about Dark Rey. But of course, guys, this spoiler does literally squash a lot of that. Is Rey a Skywalker? Rise of the Skywalker. So let's go over this plot leak again, guys, because we now know some solidifying information about it. So for some reason, there's some rumor going around, and some people are saying that 75% of this movie is being reshot. No, that's pretty much fake news, guys. Fake news. They're not going to reshoot 75% of a Star Wars movie. It just doesn't make any sense. Of course, with every major movie, there will be things that change. But then they're usually like 5 to 10% minor things that you wouldn't even notice that wouldn't really make any difference to the overall narrative of the story. But the movie is locked in, so whatever has leaked is going to happen. It's going to factually stay there with minor changes from what we are hearing. So in the original plot leak, there's a few bit of difference, but the source we're using is Jada Pax, I believe is how you say it. So I'm going to go over the kind of the main points. So in the original leak, it was insinuated that Kylo Ren dies. But in this one, it's slightly different. So, off in another part of the galaxy, while Kylo and Rey clash sabers, a bright light in the universe begins to fade. Leia is dying before her death. We hear a voice of familiar hero come to bid her farewell and pass on one last bit of knowledge. As the battle rages on, both Kylo and Rey sense the death of their respective mothers and mentors. They both react, and Rey recovers from the shock sooner and leverages the moment to take Kylo's weapon from him and stabs him through the chest with it. In the aftermath of their concluded duel, Rey declares to Kylo that she will never be like him and fall to the dark side. She exercises her newfound healing ability to save Kylo from death, steals his ship along with Vader's Wayfinder device aboard it, and takes off, leaving her enemy behind. After Rey leaves Forest Moon, the remaining of the Resistance crew board the Falcon, along with their newfound ally. Having spent the duration of Rey and Kylo fight, repair the ship, and return to the hidden base on the jungle planet. Broken and defeated, Kylo Ren remains on the wreckage of the second Death Star when he's visited by a vision of his father. Han speaks to him, son, telling him that it's never too late to return to the light and make the right choice. The conversation has a profound effect on Kylo, and in a symbolic gesture, he discards his lightsaber and walks away from the darkness and his identity of Kylo Ren to become Ben Solo. So that is a very interesting point, because in the original leak, it was suggested that Kylo Ren dies, but in this one, he doesn't. And based on the leaked images, it looks like he's going to be fighting alongside Rey when she takes on Palpatine. So there are minor changes, but like the kind of disclaimer says at the start of this, you have to take it with a pinch of salt, because they are currently doing reshoots, principal photography, additional photography, and you cannot guarantee anything in the final cut, blah, 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 blah. So you take it with a pinch of salt, but to be honest, guys, Game of Thrones Season 8, you know, they literally got episode correct. So if they don't change the ending of this movie, it's going to really trigger people. So the ending of the movie we're going to go over now. This is with the additional change. So let's go over it. Rey follows the coordinates found in the Wayfinder to the same spot Kylo did earlier in the film. Rey lands outside the giant cube, floating above the ground, and makes her way through the same underground passage. The cube, composed of black rock, floats several meters above the ground and is so massive that one corner cannot be seen in the frame. When the camera is at another, as Rey travels down into the depths of the planet, giant Sith statues can be seen where Rey and Kylo experience began to differ. Come in where Rey discovers Palpatine. Palpatine is not in the same chamber that Kylo discovered him in, but in a huge arena surrounded by Sith loyalists in dark cloak in the ground stands. Palpatine is being supported by some kind of mechanical arm. possibly connecting him to the life support machinery. Rey begins to confront Palpatine. During this conversation, Sidious repeatedly confirms Rey lineages and goads her to take up the lightsaber and strike him down. Very much like how he encouraged Luke to do the same thing 30 years prior, telling her that only in killing him will she gain the power needed to save her friends. Palpatine also apparently makes statements alluding to her belief that Vader could not betray Luke due to their family bond. The same kind of bond would ultimately cause Rey to do what Emperor wishes. During his taunts, the slicky Sith opens the roof of the stadium chamber, revealing that the sky above is filled with Star Destroyers, soon to be embroiled in the conflict with the approaching resistance as the battle between the First Order Emperor and the resistance begins to rage in the skies above them. Rey gives Emperor commands to decide to strike him down. Through means they are still a bit foggy to me. Ben Solo was able to leave the wreckage of the Death Star and his former personality behind, meaning that Kylo Ren is now Ben Solo, and travels to Exegol, I probably said that wrong, with purpose of joining Rey to help her force down the dark side before leaving the Death Star wreckage. Ben abandoned Kylo Ren's lightsaber, so now he is walking into a war zone with no weapon. When he arrives on the planet, he encounters the Knights of the Ren, who are guarding the entrance to the arena where Rey and the Dark Lord are at. Ben reportedly dispatches each of them using only the Force. After doing this, he enters the arena as Rey is about to strike the Emperor using Leia's blade. Ben grabs Anakin's lightsaber and warns Rey to reconsider what she is about to do, to not kill the Emperor in anger. Seeing Ben arrive pleases the Dark One. He then uses his power to bond them together and becomes to siphon power from the bond directly inside herself. As the power flows into him, the once silky and decrepit Palpatine stands tall and strong once again, restoring him to a much younger, healthier looking state. So essentially, he is siphoning the power from both of them and it's making him young again, essentially. While all the action is happening on the ground, much more explosive events are happening in the sky. The Resistance, the First Order are locked in battle. The details I have on what happens during this branch of the plot are a bit sparse for the moment, but here's what I've been told. The Resistance arrives and they are confronted with hundreds of Palpatine Sith Star Destroyers. The goal is to take out the flagship of the destroyers, where General is located. Taking out the flagship will supposedly serve communications with the rest of the fleet and prevent them from being able to navigate the unknown regions. At one point during the battle, Finn, joined by the others, but exactly who is not clear to me right now. So that bit's a bit skeptical, bit kind of strange. Let's get back to the fight. Having returned to full strength, Palpatine then shoots lightning into Ben, forcing him into the bottomless abyss, never to be seen again. Sidious then shoots lightning into the sky. As the Resistance ships, he reportedly continues to make statements about how Rey would join him. In defense of this, Rey grabs both Anakin and Leia's lightsaber, and Palpatine turns his wrath on her. It's lightsaber versus lightning at this point, and what seems to look like hope is lost for Rey. Luke and Leia come to her aid. Well, not really. They jointly work together, overpowering the Empire, deflecting his lightning back toward himself, killing him and unleashing an explosive power, powerful enough to make the arena start to crumble around them. Darth Sidious, the last one of the Sith Lords, is finally dead at the same time Finn completes their mission and succeed in destroying the flagship. The two are prepared to go down with the ship, but they are rescued at the last second by the Falcon. Rey escapes the crumbling arena. So essentially, the images that are leaked confirm that literally everything I've just said. I'm not going to go over the whole leak because it would literally be a 50-minute video. It is that long. But if you want, I will leave the link down below. Guys, so let me know, what do you think of Star Wars leak? Are you annoyed of how it ends? The fact that Kylo Ren changes and goes back to the good side and becomes Ben Solo? Are you annoyed that Rey doesn't go kind of Darth Vader and everyone. It is interesting. I will go watch this movie because I've been talking about it on YouTube for a while now. So I am interested, but I am disappointed if this really is the ending. But based on the real images that have leaked, the fact that Disney copyright strike pictures which had no context. I mean, you're not going to get any context unless you actually watch the whole movie. So knowing the ending to a movie doesn't really mean anything unless you have the context of the full scene. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.